Hello everyone, I am the Golden Scouta, and welcome to my Dragon Ball Super Episode 125 review. I will be talking about the following categories for the review. Enjoy the video. So what I liked about this episode? Toppo. This is probably the most I've ever liked Toppo as a character, and I agree with the side of the fan base that wishes he could be the main antagonist of this arc, instead of Jiren. He had a huge presence in this episode. We went from feeling sympathy for him after Freeza ruthlessly attacked him with his death beams when he couldn't even defend himself, to holy shit, Toppo is a badass. Also, this was an entertaining episode in general, and the fight between number 17, Freeza and Toppo, was just a lot of fun to watch. So, what I did not like about this episode: why was Toppo using the hakai? Don't get me wrong, the hakai is cool and all, but it ties in with my problem with the Kienzan and the Makanko Sappo being used in this tournament. But on steroids. Toppo even says he could kill Freeza, but he doesn't want to be disqualified. So if that was the case, Toppo wouldn't be using arguably the most dangerous killing move in the entire Dragon Ball franchise. And while I like Toppo, I think that his transition to God of Destruction would have been more impactful if he didn't already denounce justice all those episodes ago. And I just felt like there was a missed opportunity in that transition in general. Another thing, why would Freeza come out into the open in his base form, his non-golden state, and try and attack Toppo? And Freeza bragging about the power to destroy a planet is beyond laughable to brag about, considering how Kefla bragged how she could destroy a universe like 10 episodes ago. Freeza should have just laid low and restored his stamina. But what do I know? He'll probably be at full stamina halfway throughout next episode. So for the story and pacing, this was the Toppo episode, and he certainly did make an impact. The first half mostly serves to compare Toppo's power before and after he starts using hakai energy. The pacing of this week's episode was a lot better than last week's. The episode felt kinda slow, but I feel like episodes don't move fast enough in general. It's just because I'm ultimately sick of this tournament and just want it to be over already. So for the visuals and audio, the episode looked good for the most part. I love the new background change. It reminds me of a nebula. I just wonder why the artists drew all these weird looking Freeza shots. What could possibly be the aim of making Freeza look so goofy? All it does is make me take him less seriously. I did love the soundtrack in this one. I thought every track was appropriately placed, and every scene had exactly what it needed to elevate and reflect the action, destruction, and all the tension. So with the character utilization, for number 17, his infinite energy was very well utilized in this episode, and it made it very believable how he has survived so long in this tournament, and against Toppo. I enjoyed the whole cat and mouse fight between him and God of Destruction Toppo, as it had actual tension for me. So with Freeza, his laugh was definitely a huge presence in this episode. Freeza served mostly to show how strong Toppo is, but the one scene where he death beams Toppo was a great Freeza moment that no other character can recreate. And so, for my overall rating for this episode, I will give it a 3.5 out of 5. I was actually surprised with 125. It was actually entertaining and just a competent episode of Dragon Ball Super in general. I don't think it was a great episode because of the issues I previously stated, but at least I had a lot of fun with it. I just hope next week is even better. So next week, we finally get the matchup we have all been waiting for: Vegeta versus Toppo. I just hope all the build up to this fight leads to a good payoff. But then again, episode 119 exists, so it really could go either way. I'm going to make a prediction for next episode. I bet after a good fight between Vegeta and Toppo, Toppo is ultimately going to knock out Vegeta, and that desperate blow, that's gonna fail. If you've seen the spoiler title for 127, there's a good chance that Toppo is still in the fight then. And those are my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super, episode 125, and the next episode preview for 126. Comment your thoughts on the episode and my review. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a great day, everyone.